Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we will be discussing about the another new pharmacological classification which is the H1 agonist and antagonist. That too with simple tricks. So let's get started. So these histaminergic agonists are divided into four different classes. The first one is non-selective, second one is selective H1, selective H2 and fourth one is selective H3. Now let's try to learn the drugs under these. First class in the histaminergic agonist is the non-selective agonist, where it acts on both H1, H2 and H3. To remember the drugs under this, just remember the word high beta, where high means histamine, beta is beta histine. Coming back to the second class, to remember the drugs under this second class, which is selective H1 agonist, just remember that all the drugs under this will be having 2 in it: 2 methylhistamine, 2 pyridyl ethylamine, and 2 thiazolil ethylamine. Now coming back to the third class, which is the selective H2 agonist. So, to remember the drugs under the selective H2 agonist, just remember a sentence that Dima is saying, I am pro, where Dima means it is Dimaprit. I am pro is nothing but impromedin. Coming back to the last class, which is the selective H3 agonist. To remember this, just remember R alpha is imitating H3. So, what is R alpha? It is simply R alpha methylhistamine. So, it is simply R alpha methylhistamine. Whereas imitate is nothing but the drug itself is called imitate. So let me just quickly revise this one. Then we'll go into the H1 antagonist part. So first, the histaminergic agonists are divided into four classes. The first one is non-selective agonist. So here to remember the drugs, just remember high beta, where H means which means histamine and beta histine. Coming to the second class, it is the selective H1 agonist. All the drugs in this class will be starting with 2. And the third class is selective H2 agonist. So here remember the sentence Dima says I am pro. So dimaprit and impromedin. And the last class is selective H3 agonist, which means the sentence is R alpha imitates H3, where R alpha is R alpha methylhistamine and imitate is imitate drug. So that's it. So, coming back to the H1 antagonist, these are divided into four classes. The first one is highly sedative, second one is moderately sedative, third one is mild, and fourth one is non sedative. Now, let's get into each class with simple tricks. The first class is highly sedative. So, to remember the drugs under this, just remember the word double PhD, where D means it is diphenhydramine and P means promethazine, H means hydroxyzine, and D means dimenhydrinate. Coming back to the second class, to remember the drugs under this, just remember the word MPCC, CMPC. So, where M means meclozin, P means phenyramine, C means cyproheptadine, and other C means cinnarizine. Now, coming back to the third class, to remember the drugs under this, just remember the word chlordex got triclame. Now, let's try to write drugs with these. So, where chlor means chlorphenyramine, dex means dexchlorphenyramine, tri means triploridine, clem means clemastine. In the last class, just remember the terms. So, any drugs that will be ending with the suffix like adin, astin, and isin will be coming under the non sedative class, that too in the H1 antagonist. Now, let's try to know the drugs, complete drugs that comes under non sedative class. Now, let's try to write the drugs under this, and remember this will be coming under the second generation. So, the drugs which end with adin are fexofenadine, loratadine, and desloratadine. Coming to the drugs which end with the suffix astin, which is azilastin, mesolastin, and ibastin. And the third one, which is isin, which is cetirizine and levocetirizine. So just remember this suffix and then you can write these drugs. And also, if it is your semester exams, you don't need to write all the drugs under each class. Just write 4 to 5 drugs, which is more than enough for semester exams. But for competitive exams, make sure that you try to remember the prefix and suffix, because in the competitive exams you just need to identify the drugs because you'll always have the options. So here I have kept all the tricks at one place, both H1 agonist and antagonist, so you can have a look on it. See, with these tricks, you don't need to mug up everything. So just focus on 4 to 5 important drugs for semesters and prefix and suffix if it is your competitive exams. So this much is more than enough to score well. No need to waste time on the confusing names. If this helped you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Pharma Palette.